Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. you lovely people. Welcome into another quiz night for your Thursday. Yeah, another lockdown quiz. Who have we got joining us this evening? The usual band of miscreants and other misbehaviours. Yeah. So welcome in. This is an older quiz. It's actually the quiz that came out in week 1 of lockdown. I know a lot of you, probably most of you, weren't with us for that particular one, but believe it or not, now that the rest of the country has, believe it or not, being the quiz people, not just saying believe it or not, believe it or not, being the quiz people have now started producing their weekly quizzes for establishments that are south of the border who are now able to return to their normal quizzes, so they're not producing the online one. So I've had to dig out an older one. So if you see the date at the top there, up here, and it says August the 16th, 2021, that's because this was week number 1 from lockdown 2, LD2 number 1. So if you've done this one before, I apologise. I know most of you probably haven't, and I don't think there's any questions in it that are going to be out of date because of events that have happened in the last few weeks. So anyway, without any further ado, there are your categories this evening. Branded, TV and cinema, geography, 50-50. We'll do a list and a toilet break and get some cheesecake or something to sustain you for the second half. Flag that, obviously which country flag is that from? Potluck, Bob's your uncle, sport and games. There's no double ups, so don't double any points if you're a usual quiz person. You'll be used to double ups. So don't do that. It's just each round is out of 10 points. So tonight the total is 100 points, 8 categories, 10 points each. The list in the middle, that is 10 points. I'll explain that once we get to it if you haven't played that before. Ponderous puzzle, series of questions at the end of each round, all looking for the same answer, and the clues get easier as the more clues you get. You'll figure it out. So we should be around about done at around 9:30ish. I apologise in advance for my ramblings. They do get a bit wayward, so apologies for that. But we're all here for a bit of fun, looking for a bit of interaction. Jump on the comment section and let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow, if the background chat is too loud or whatever it may be, and I will do my best to adjust it. And you'll see messages such as this pop up on the screen. Hi Hancock, whoever that may be, but thank you if you are Hancock and you're out there. Welcome in. Righty-ho, without any further ado, shall we progress? Yes, we shall. Let's move on to round number 1. Don't worry about that, but that was relevant at the when it first came out, but not relevant now. Okay, who or what does each of these brands represent? Okay, eyes down and looking, well, eyes up and looking, I should say, at the screen. Righty-ho. There you go. Number 1. Where have you seen that logo before? And what brand does it represent? Boy, it's actually getting really warm, isn't it? I must admit, today, I've had a pyjama day. I have had a pyjama day. I have not got out of my pyjamas the whole day. Got my slippers on, just dressing gown on, cup of tea ready. Tell you, it's a great day. We're enjoying lockdown. Level 4. Yeah, hey. Righty-ho. You should have all got that one, especially on the back of the recent Olympics. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, here it comes. Who does that little pooch represent? Registered in 1946. He's an old dog. Superb cup of tea. What's your brew of choice? I'm a Dillmore person. We're a Dillmore household. Just the premium stuff, none of that fruity nonsense. Righty-ho. Number 3. Moving on. Looks like a seagull, but I'm sure a couple of you have got see that on an almost daily basis. I'm sure of it. Right, a request for a photo of the pyjamas from Bogsy. Well, I'm not sure whether I could accommodate that, to be fair there, Sammy. You'll just have to use your imagination. Yeah, but thanks anyway. Thanks for your interaction. Appreciate it. Righty-ho. Number 4. Here we go. We're coming. What's happening with my mouse? Let's go. There we go. That one there. What do you recognise that one from? What do you recognise that logo from? What brand does it represent? I think we're going to get a second glance at this particular this round. They normally do. I can't remember the first time we did it. If we didn't, they don't do it officially, we'll do it ourselves, won't we? Yep. Okay. Next question. Number 5. Oh, there we go. We'd be kind of stuck doing the quiz if we didn't have that, wouldn't we? Yeah. What brand does that represent? Pretty straightforward. Let's move on to number 6. There we go. That's a clever one. Quite like that. I'm sure there'll be a few people out there who are well familiar with that one. Right, Sam's imagination is running wild with the pyjama question. And Grant's got a comment as well. He'll have to wash them first. Yeah, you're not wrong. After wearing them all day, you're bang on there, Grant. You're bang on. Talking about pyjamas, of course. Right. Let's go to number 7. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I guess a few of us are longing to be able to use that again. If you know what that one represents. Be interested to know whether there's families or colleagues or friends just playing against each other, playing with each other in the non-biblical sense. Yeah. We can, at the end of the quiz, we can all display our scores. Of course, I'll get 100% because I know all the answers. I've got them in front of me. But we can display the scores in the comment section. That'd be great. Right, let's move on to number 8. 8. There we go. Put a pin in it, they said, so they did. What does that one represent? That's probably one of the curliest ones of the night so far. Got a whole lot of curly ones lined up for you in coming rounds. Let's have a look. Number 9. I'm going to say that's the easiest one of the round. And I like how the pink matches in with the pink of the banner at the bottom there. Very classy. Righto. Number 10. That was such an easy one. Oh, there goes another easy one. Too easy. Righto, are they going to give us a second glance? Do we need a second glance? We probably do, some of the earlier ones. Let's see. They're giving us a second glance. Oh, thank you, believe it or not. Righto, I'm going to whiz through these pretty smartly. There we go. That one, number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Come on down, number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. There we go. That's your second glance of round number 1. Let's move on to the ponderous. I am an animal, among the first named under the modern system of biological classification by Carl Linnaeus in 1758, called Chui in Swahili, and the eldest recorded was Roseanne, who died in Florida just after her 24th birthday. The largest in my species to have been officially weighed was just under 100 kilograms. I am the title of a 1996 film documentary narrated by this man. That's that fella there on the right-hand side of your screen. So, yeah, have a guess. See what you reckon that one is. If you get it right, you probably won't know whether you've got it right until later on in the quiz. But, yeah, if you get it right in round number 1, you get 10 points for it. And because I can't tell you whether it's right or wrong, I would suggest you just take a stab at a different animal at the end of each round. And then I'll tell you whether you got it. Go back, see what round you got it in, and give yourself that many points. I've just had the weirdest request of the night come in, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. Righto, we're going to move on to the answers. Here we go. Stand by. Branded, round one. Answers, here we go. New Balance, there we go. That's round one. Question number one, that's the answer. New Balance. Give yourself a tick on that one. Number two, Rod and Gun. Yeah, clothing brand. Number three, Mazda. There we go. A few of those in the driveways. Number four, Big Ben. Big Ben pies. Oh, could do with a Big Ben pie. Or a Big Mac. Ooh. Don't you think it's wrong how Big Mac and Subway and KFC are advertising on the TV at the moment and we just can't enjoy it because we're stuck in level 4? I don't know what's going on, eh? That's not fair. It's not fair. Here we are in Alcatraz. That's what we've called ourselves now. Alcatraz. Stuck. Yeah. Right, number 5. PowerPoint. Exactly what we're using to do this quiz. PowerPoint. Easy one. Righto. The French Rugby Union, Fédération Française de Rugby. Now, see, this irritates me. This here. See? Look. They should have blacked out that little white bit there. Don't you think? Just attention to detail, please. Right. Number 7. Airbnb. When was the last time you opened the Airbnb app? Boy. Be a wee while now. Right. Number 8. Citizens Advice Bureau. Do some great work in the community, those guys. Spark. Yeah, easy. Easy one. Number 10, BP. I went to a BP the other day. We were the only people there. We didn't even buy gas. Yeah. So, there you go. They'll be suffering. Right, let's move on. TV and cinema. Oh, this is always a fun round to play. Okay. I've lost my mouse. Where's it gone? There we go. Okay. Round number 2, TV and cinema. Despite not being the case this year, what award is usually given last at the Oscars? Righto. What am I reading here? Alright, moving on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I've got messages coming in and I'm having to read them. Lovely. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Hello, ladies. Yeah, ladies. Right, number 2. What town is this with a population of 25,000? Again, they're taunting us with burgers. Look at that, right in the centre of the picture. Taunting us with burgers. And gas. Look at that. Look at that. See, it's all connected, I tell you. It's all connected. What town is that one? Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's move on to number 3. What princess is this? Righty-ho. Lost my cursor again. Okay, number 4. What was the name of my 1990 English language film debut opposite Andy McDowell? Yes. Righty-ho. Do you know who that fella is? I know who that fella is. I know who he is. Let's go to question number 5, round 2. TV and cinema, of course. Keith Sutherland, Corey Feldman, and Corey Haim starred in what 1987 teen vampire film? Would you look at the mullets on them? Holy moly. Boy. Look at that smouldering look from this dude with the black hair. Smoulder. That of course, that's old, what's his name? Is it Bill? I think it is Bill from Bill and Ted. Yeah. And I think his real name is actually Bill. This guy on the left, he looks like he's a fan of Flock of Seagulls. Righto, let's move on to number 6. Who is second only to Michael Galvin for total episode appearances on Shortland Street. Wow, that's an interesting one. I would have said that he was top of the bill by a country mile, but clearly not. Clearly not. New Zealand's own Ken Barlow. Righto, we're making pretty good time. 8:15. 9:30 is the aiming for us to cut off. Let's see how we get close. Let's see how close we get to it. Okay, what is the name of this film? That one there on the screen. What do you reckon that is? What still shot that one is? I've got little arms. I'll never be able to play the trombone. Right, number 8. Which actress is getting married in this movie? So, it's basically the one in the wedding dress. It's a pretty decent clue. Who's the actress that's wearing the wedding dress? Okay, number 9. That number 8 was a tough one. Which Oscar-winning film director married and divorced Catherine Bigelow and Linda Hamilton before marrying his current wife, actress Susie Amos? Eesh. That's fairly easy, isn't it? Don't you think? Don't you think that's a pretty easy one? Of course you do. Of course you do. So who have we got playing along tonight? Where have you come from? We've got probably the biggest crowd we've had so far for the last few weeks. So where have you come from? There's a few from the squash club. We've got a few from a rugby club. We've got a few from... Where else are you're all coming in from? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. Right, let's move on to number 10. I forgot what I was doing there. Was the hit series MASH set in the Vietnam, Korean, or Boer War? Or Boer War? Boer War. Yeah, great program indeed. You recognise all those people? You know the character names? Shall we run through it? Alright. Charles Emerson Winchester III, Father Mulcahy, Francis Mulcahy actually. Then we have BJ Honeycutt, and we never did find out what BJ stood for. Hawkeye Pierce, Benjamin Franklin Pierce, Margaret Houlihan of course, Colonel Potter, Colonel Sherman Potter, Sherman T. Potter, in fact, and there, of course, is Klinger, Max Klinger. There we go, from old Toledo, the Toledo Mud Hens. Yay! Great show, great show. Righto, let's move on for another clue of the ponderous puzzle. We're talking about the animal that we had clues for earlier at the end of round 1. My gestation period is about 14 weeks. My eyes don't open until a few days after I am born. By 2 years of age, I am old enough to leave my mother. A subspecies is named after Sri Lanka. I was the nickname of the half-florin coin introduced by English King Edward III. This 1938 film prominently features me as a pet. So that's these guys, this film that picture's from. Now, I know you're going to ask, who are those people? Well, I think it looks like Katharine Hepburn on the left, and is that Dean Martin? Might be Dean Martin, old Dino. Have a think about that. We'll do the answers very shortly. While I quickly Googled to see who the cast of the film was. Cary Grant. It's Cary Grant. There he is. I got that one wrong. Where are we up to? All right, let's go back and we'll just check out the answers. Remember, if you're not 100% certain about whether you got the ponderous puzzle right, choose a different animal from what you put in round 1, and then we'll go back and figure out how many points you got when we tell you what the answer is. It's the way it works. All right. Well, hang on, just before we get to that. Smith Team Racing. Hello from Patamahoe, south of Auckland. Welcome in, people. Nice to have you on board. Patamahoe. So, are you out of level 4? You probably are, aren't you? I'm not that familiar with Patamahoe, to be fair, but never mind. I'm sure you'll tell me. Okay, let's have a look at the answers for TV and cinema. Despite not being the case this year, what award is usually given last at the Oscars? It, of course, is Best Picture. Yes, there we go. Now, what won it this year? Can't remember what won it this year. That's Michael Keaton. And that looks like Emma Stone in the gold dress. That must be for Birdman, that one there. It's an old photo, yeah, because there's Naomi Watts as well next to her. Okay, moving on. What town is this? Easy. Bedrock, of course. What princess is this? That's, of course, Princess Fiona, played by Cameron Diaz. Did you know Cameron Diaz has not been in a film since 2014? Amazing, no? Yeah. What was the name of Gerard Depardieu's 1990 English film debut opposite Andy McDowell? Of course, his Green Card. Yeah. The story of two people who got married, met, and then fell in love. Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Feldman, and Corey Haim starred in what 1987 teen vampire film? Of course, it was The Lost Boys. And I think that dude there with the sunglasses, what's his name? Someone Patrick, wasn't it? Jason Patrick? I think he was in Blue Lagoon with Brooke Shields. Anyway, who is second only to Michael Galvin for total episode appearances on Shortland Street? Ben Mitchell, who plays DK Samuel. I haven't watched Shortland Street since about 1994. Anyhow, what is the name of this film? It's The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Yeah. Okie dokie. You've got to have The Lost World, you can't just say Jurassic Park, because in the original Jurassic Park they didn't go to New York, did they? Okay, which actress is getting married in Bridesmaids? It is Maya Rudolph. Or Maya Rudolph. Number 9. Which Oscar-winning film director married and divorced Catherine Bigelow and Linda Hamilton before marrying his current wife, actress Susie Amos? Well, that would be, of course, James Cameron. And he now lives in the Manawatu somewhere, I think. When was MASH? Well, where was MASH set? Vietnam, Korean, or the Boer War? Of course, that was in the Korean War. Oh, look at that. They added Radar O'Reilly in there as well. Larry Linville, of course, who played Frank Burns. And there's old, what's his name? Trapper John. Right, geography. Oh, here we go. Someone being clever. Good old Andy. Hey. Wanaka via Hamilton. Isn't that great? Yes. Okay, geography. Oh, come on, mouse. Let's go. What are the 2 official names of this mountain? Looks very nice, doesn't it? Remember to let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow, or the music, the chatter in the background is too loud. Right. Number 2. Which nation do these aircraft call home? Number 3. What is the second largest lake in the North Island behind Lake Taupo? By surface area we're talking. The second largest lake in the North Island. Yeah. Skydiving. That's something I've never done. I'm probably not in a rush to do it, to be fair. I'm sure it's very exhilarating. And I would probably thoroughly enjoy it, but I don't know. When I go up in a plane, I like to know that I'm going to come down in the plane as well. Patamahoe is still in level 4. There we go. Thank you, Smith Team Racing. So what do you race? What is the Smith Team race? What kind of vehicle do you guys race? Are you motocross? Are you BMX? Are you cars? Are you boats? What do you do? What do you do at Smith Team Racing? Let me know. Let us all know. Let us all know. Right, number 4. Number 4. Nicknamed Big Muddy, what is the name of the longest river in North America? Hey, Big Muddy. Sounds like a blues singer, doesn't it? Big Muddy. Righto. Check your spelling. Here's number 5. This is the flag of which small European nation? And remember, we've got that whole flag round coming up. Yeah, flag round coming up. It's in the name. It says Mount Osteopaths. You must be from the Mount, I'm guessing. Natasha, nice to have you on board. Welcome in. Welcome in. Righto. Small European nation, that one there. Libertas, whatever that means. What is this bay called? Yeah. Smith Team Racing, we race go-karts on dirt in Te Araha. Yeah, now that sounds like fun. That sounds like a blast. Dirt go-karting, I bet you go bloody hell for leather too. Righto, what's that bay called? Let's all find out. Well, we'll find out shortly. Who is toasting his success here, having been the Prime Minister of Spain since 2018? You see that little Facebook icon pop up there. Disregard that. That's, like I say, this is a repeat of a quiz that came out a few weeks ago. So, yeah, the Facebook thing there doesn't hold any relevance. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one without the clues, though, I would imagine, unless you're Spanish. Yeah. Who's toasting his success there? Who's that Spanish Prime Minister? Let's call him Pablo Sanchez. Has that been a bit too stereotypical? Probably. Alright, let's go on to number 8. This train is on its way to Hua Lamphong, the main station in which capital city? And I'm guessing there's a number of the audience who have probably been to that place. Have a close look at the picture. Any clues? Any clues? What can we make out? We can make out a 7 and a 6. That's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah. Nothing secretly written anywhere that I can see. Hua Lamphong. Alright, number 9. Judea, Brookfield, Bellevue and Beretta are all suburbs of which North Island city? Now that's a great looking Kiwi house. I like it. Probably on a corner. Bit of a corner section there, or a cul-de-sac. Yeah, it'd be a cul-de-sac. A little sleep out down in the bottom there with a ranch slider. Not really a sleep out, is it? A downstairs granny flat, maybe. It looks to be one of those banana-shaped rooms, houses. The deck. Classic. Don't make them like that anymore, do they? And possibly a Subaru wagon in the driveway. Need some wet forget in that driveway, though. Look at it. Look at the state of it. Come on, man. Where's your house bride? Right, number 10. What is farther south, Samoa, Fiji, or Tonga? Wow. Samoa, Fiji, or Tonga? I can say I've never been to any of them. Why do you always see... sorry, this is completely off track. I did warn you that there'd be some ramblings. Why do you always see on TV and the films and stuff, the celebrities always drinking Fiji water. Hey? There's some jolly good marketing, I think, from the Fijian Water Company. It's got to be the biggest export apart from tourism, I would think. Fiji water. I was watching that SpaceX launch today. Well, the TV program of it, the one on Netflix. And they were drinking Fiji water. All right, moving on. Let's have a look at the ponderous puzzle. Varieties of me exist in both Africa and Asia. I measure about 28 inches at the shoulder. I can adapt easily to different habitats, ranging from rainforest to steppe, and can run at almost 60 kilometres an hour. I am no longer seen in the wild in Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuwait, Syria and Tunisia. I named this Nissan sports car, which was no longer made after 1999. Probably for good reason. I don't like the back end on it. It almost looks like one of those Ford Taurus cars, doesn't it? But it's a Nissan, that particular one. Remember to stick an animal down there, even if you reckon you've got it in the first 2 rounds, just to hedge your bets. Yeah, cover yourself. And we'll figure it out when we get to the end of the clue and all is revealed. Shall we move on to the answers? You reckon? Had a bit of a think about that. Okay, moving on. Here we go. Round 3, geography. The answers. Standing by. What are the 2 official names of this mountain? Well, of course, it's Mount Taranaki and Mount Egmont, as set by the New Zealand Geographic Board. I didn't even realise we had a New Zealand Geographic Board. Which nation does Ryanair call home? It's got to be Ireland. Good old Ryanair. $5 to get from, or £5 to get from the UK to mainland Europe. How about that? Right, number 3. Second largest lake in the North Island behind Lake Taupo. By surface area we're talking. That's probably the one in the picture there. Lake Rotorua. There you go. Lake Rotorua. And I think that island out in the middle there, that's where that Pokarikari Ana song is about. That's something to do with that island out there. I may be wrong. I probably am. Number 4, nicknamed the Big Muddy. What is the name of the longest river in North America? Did you spell it correctly? I'm sure you did. Did you put Mississippi? Because if you did, you'd be wrong, because it's actually the Missouri. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I'm sure. Quick, bring up Wikipedia. I'm sure that was wrong. No, there you go. I might even have a bit of extra information about it. Should I have a look? Does it tell you how long it is in my answers here? No, it does not. I'll move on then. Okay, this is a flag of which small European nation? San Marino. Yeah. Probably a monastery up on the hill there. Yeah. Probably make good wine or something like that. Cheese. What is this bay called? That, my friends, is the Bay of Bengal. Right. Who's facing a success there? Well, hey, your guess is as good as mine. Pedro Sanchez. Oh, I said Pedro Sanchez. Oh, do I get half a point for that? Do I? Give yourself a full point. I don't care. No one's going to get that. Pedro Sanchez. This train is on its way to Hua Lamphong, which is in which capital city? It's in Bangkok. Bangkok. Yep. Were there flags in that previous picture that you could see outside? No, there was not. Alright, number 9, Judea, Brookfield, Bellevue and Boreta are all suburbs of which North Island city? It's in Tauranga. Tauranga, shout out to the Tauranga peoples. Boop, boop. Natasha would have got that from Mount Osteopaths. Which is farthest north, Samoa, Fiji or Tonga? That, my friends, is Samoa. Brilliant. Okay. 50-50. Let me just check my messages. Coming in. telling me to slow down or go speed up or something. Jesus. Right, sorry about that stuff going on. Yep, from Natasha. Righto, number 1. Are there more or less than 100 teaspoons in a cup? More or less teaspoons in a cup. So you need to know how many units of measurement are in a cup and how many of those same units of measurement are in a teaspoon. And then do your maths. And we'll be away. Don't forget to carry the 1. Oh dear. Right, number 2. Which country suffered the greater loss of life during World War II? Was it France or Poland? This is a military and civilian combined. It's a bit of a grim question, really, isn't it? Jeez, way to go to bring the vibe down, man. Wow. France or Poland? 50-50. Toss a coin. What do you reckon? If you don't know. Number 3. Are these the eyes of Ronnie Barker or Ronnie Corbett? It's good night for me. Yeah, it is good night from him. So how are we trucking along there with the quiz? How the score's looking? I hope you're being honest with your marking. Remember, you're only cheating yourselves. No prizes up for grabs. Number 4. Who took more test wickets? Was it Brendan McCullum or Nathan McCullum? Yeah, there we go. Don't really look like brothers, do they? They don't even look the same. Mind you, I don't look like my brother either. Righto. Number 5. Does the Manawatu River empty into the Pacific Ocean or the Tasman Sea? Pacific Ocean or the Tasman Sea? The Manawatu River. The mighty Manawatu. Righto. Number 6. Which TV series created by Chuck Lorre ran for more episodes? Was it 2.5 Men or The Big Bang Theory? He kind of looks a little bit like Di Henwood if you sort of squint a little, eh? Yeah, if you squint at the screen, that looks like Di Henwood. He's probably about a foot taller than Di, though. Most people are. Righto, number 7. There is no minimum wage for employees under what age in New Zealand? Is it 16 or 18? I'm pretty sure that little girl does not meet either of those age restrictions. Probably calculating how much pocket money she gets. Just a reminder, after this one, if we've buzzed through the answers and what have you, we're going to have a look at the list, and that'll be time to go get some refreshments and do your ablutions. Here's number 8. Is this Toy Story or Toy Story 2? To infinity and beyond. Alrighto. Shall we move on? Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to number 9. Which female MP launched the Ministry of Women's Affairs in 1984? Was it Anne Herkes or Marilyn Waring? And I'm pretty sure that neither of those two women are in that photo. Yep, I can guarantee it. Remember, if you have no idea, just choose one of them. You've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. You could relate the old 50-50-90 rule in that. In a 50-50 situation, you've got a 90% chance of getting it wrong. Who knows? Right, number 10. Is this Judy Jetson or Jane Jetson? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I must say, I did prefer the Flintstones to the Jetsons. Yeah, and it's interesting because we had both of those cartoons in this quiz. My mind is blown. Just... Righto, here's Ponderous. I am a good climber and swimmer compared to similar species. I have a long body, relatively short legs, and a broad head. I tend to be an elusive, largely nocturnal creature who prefers my own company. Baboons have been known to eat my young. In the Jungle Book, I am a character called Bagheera. I was the mascot of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, and of course we are not talking about vuvuzelas. Boy, they were terrible, weren't they? Righto, we're going to move on. We're going to have a look at the answers of round number 4, 50-50. Are there more or less than 100 teaspoons in a cup? There's less. There's only 50. A teaspoon is 5 mils and a cup is 250 mils. Simple math when you really work it out. Which country suffered the greater loss of life during World War I? Oh, sorry, World War II. Was it France or Poland? We're counting military and civilian casualties there. Or fatalities, I should say. That would be Poland. 6 million versus 600,000 approximately. Wow, it's not even close. Not even close. Are these the eyes of Ronnie Barker or Ronnie Corbett? That would be Ronnie Barker. Who took more test wickets? Is it Brendan or Nathan McCallum? I think this is a bit of a trick question. Brendan McCallum, 1. Nathan never played a test. I told you it was a trick. It was a tricksy one, that one. Alright, number 5. Does the Manawatu River empty into the Pacific Ocean or the Tasman Sea? It's got to be the Tassie. The Tasman Sea. Alright, number 6. Chuck Lorre, 2.5 Men, or The Big Bang Theory, who had more episodes. It's The Big Bang Theory. Oh, that's pretty close. 279 versus 262. Never got that program. I'm sure it was quite funny. I saw an episode, well, part of an episode once, and they didn't have the canned laughter on it, and it's just terrible. Anyway, moving on. There is no minimum age for employees under what age in New Zealand? Minimum wage for employees under what age in New Zealand? 16 or 18? 16. There you go. Toy Story 2 or Toy Story? It's got to be Toy Story 2. You can see Zorg there. There he is, the villain. Well, he's not really a villain. He was just misunderstood, really. Number 9 is, are we looking at Anne Herkes or Marilyn Waring for founding the Ministry of Women's Affairs back in 84? It would be Anne Herkes. Yeah. Anne Herkes. Is this Judy Jetson or Jane Jetson? That's Judy. Jane was the mum. Meet George Jetson. Dun, 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 dun. His wife Jane. Rightio, we're into the Ponderous. So, elements on the periodic table whose name or symbol starts with the letter S. How many of them are there, I hear you ask? From the balcony, I can tell you that there are somewhere 11 potential answers. So there we go. So this is how it works. So start writing them down, and when you got them on your list there, as soon as you get one wrong, everything below that, whether it's right or wrong, does not count. So as soon as you get one wrong, that's it. You only get the points for the ones above that. And I'm going to be strict. I'm going to come around to your house and check. Righto, we're going to take about 5 minutes on this, so have a go at that. Go make yourself a cup of tea. That's what I'll be doing. And we'll come back at around about 10 to 9. And I'll put a little 30-second countdown on so you're aware that you've got a chance to quickly race back to the telly before we get to the answers. So there you go. Thanks very much for your first half. We're making good time. We're about halfway through. and we'll see you in about 5 minutes' time. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Yeah, I'm about a minute late. Apologies for that. Well, a couple of minutes late, actually. Yeah, there's some good comments coming in there. Nice one, Pokey. That's, oh, excuse me a moment, please. Oh, I just had cheesecake during the break there, and yeah, I got a crumb stuck in my throat. It's a good start to the second half, isn't it? Right, elements on the periodic table whose name or symbol starts with the letter S. There's 11 of them in total. Let's have a look. Here's the list. Starting off with antimony, which is SB is the symbol. Samarium, scandium, seaborgium, selenium, silicon, silver, sodium, strontium, silver, and tin, with SN being the one there. So remember, as soon as you get one wrong, everything below that does not count. It's only the ones above it that do count. I'm pretty strict on that. Yeah. Rightio, let's move into the next round, which I do believe is Flag That. So which country is represented by each image? Let's see how you know your flags. Number 1. There we go. Now they've even given you the shape of the country itself. So there's a bit of a clue. There's a clue. Looks like we lost a few players over the break there. Must have headed off to go to bed or something, I'm not sure. But thank you to the other hardy lot of you who've stuck with us. Oh, they're coming back. Hope you're enjoying the quiz. Right, let's move on to question number 2. There we go. Which country is that? And the flag, of course, represents that country. Tell you what, that was some jolly nice cheesecake. My wife made that. Although I did crush all the biscuits, which is hard work. We don't have a blender or anything, so we had to do it manually with a rolling pin. And bloody ginger nuts, they're hard work, man, I tell you. Try cracking a packet of those. Bit of a challenge. Excuse me, I'll be back in a sec. Just screwing the lid back on my water bottle. Right, okay, move on. Number 3. That one. Which country is that? There's the flag. Red, white, and light blue. Righty. Question number 4. That guy there. What does that represent? Yeah, just in case you can't quite make it out, there is actually a line here. There is a border. It doesn't just open out into the sea. Same with over here, there's lines there as well. Pretty obvious, really. Don't need to point it out to you intelligent people. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Hey, Bogsy, is your father-in-law playing? Stephen? Hello, Stephen, if you're playing along. Haven't seen you in ages, mate. Right, number 5 of round number 5. Come on, let's go. There we go. Which country is that one there? That's the outline of the country, and of course that is the flag of the country. Wonder if it looks like that from space. No, of course it doesn't. That'd be stupid, honestly. Coming up 5 to 9. If you've got to get kids into bed by 9 o'clock, now's the time to shuffle them off. Maybe you should have done that during the... I can do it. Shuffle the kids off afterwards. Hey! Steve is playing. Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for that feedback. Okay. And I think it is Mrs. Lyons. I do believe she is Sarah. I think. Apologies if I got that wrong. Okay, let's move on. Number 6. Here we go. Which country is that one? Yeah, as I was going to say, if your kids need to be in bed by 9 o'clock, what don't know why there's no school tomorrow. But if they do, you can do that after we've done the ponderous. Alrighty, let's move on to number 7. That one there. Now, split in 2. Don't give you a clue. Oh, it rhymed. Bingo. I did say at the start of this quiz, I apologise for my ramblings. Yeah, sorry. It's as good as it gets. Number 8. So how many countries that have been on here so far have you been to? I haven't been to any of them. Yeah, I know there'll be a few well-travelled bodies out there in Quizland. All right, number 9. Sneaking in, there it is. Yeah, number 10, last one of the round. Red, white, and red. Okie dokie, let's go into another round of clues for the ponderous puzzle. Hopefully you're getting it pretty close now. I'm a carnivore, with ungulates and primates my favourite meals, but I'll sometimes eat fruit if there is if there is not enough meat around. I lend my name to both this creature and this German battle tank. I have also named 11 vessels of the British Royal Navy. My subspecies include Amur, Arabian, Indo-Chinese, Javan and Persian. Here we go. So how was your scores looking at half time there? Let's see some scores up on the comments there if you want to share it with the world. Let's get a bit of rivalry going on, bit of competition. It's almost 9 o'clock. You'll be able to get the kids off to bed now because we're going to have a look at the answers. Alrighty, stand by with the big red marker. Get ready to put the hopefully the ticks, not the crosses. Number 1, it's Germany. Of course it's Germany. Algeria for number 2. That's a big place, Algeria. Luxembourg, that's a little place. Moving on to Zimbabwe. Okay, number 4. Number 5 is Bulgaria. Look at that beach name over there. Sunny Beach. Golden Sands. Not a lot of thought put in there. Probably as much thought as North Island and South Island, really, eh? Alright, number 6. Afghanistan. Well, that's been in the news for all the wrong reasons lately, hasn't it? Afghanistan. Okay, Pakistan. That one there, Pakistan. Venezuela. Caracas. Capital. Turkey. And number 10, Austria. And the Blue Danube, or the Danube Boss, Salzburg. Right, let's have a look. Round 6. Round 6. Who is telling this funny tale? Oh, hang on. Right, there's actually audio here, so we're just going to have to come back and let me make some adjustments and we'll get some audio coming to you. I just got to turn the... Hang on a moment. Just got to make some adjustments on here because you're going to need to hear this. Bum bum bum. We want that one to change to that, which means you should hear that. We'll mute that noisy bunch. I'll come back over here, and with a bit of luck, if I do this, who is telling this funny tale?
We have some hippies out there in the Haight-Ashbury district in San Francisco. One of them the other day was giving some advice to his companions. He said, you know, your parents take care of you till you're 21. The government takes care of you after you're 65. You've only got 44 lousy years. You got to look out for yourself. This fella that was doing the talking had a haircut like Tarzan. He walked like Jane and smelled like Cheetah.
There we go. Who was telling that funny story? Do you want to hear it again? I can play it for you again. Hang on. Stand by.
We have some hippies out there in the Haight-Ashbury district in San Francisco. One of them the other day was giving some advice to his companions. He said, you know, your parents take care of you till you're 21. The government takes care of you after you're 65. You've only got 44 lousy years. You got to look out for yourself. This fella that was doing the talking had a haircut like Tarzan. He walked like Jane and smelled like Cheetah.
There we go. You know that one. Who's telling that funny tale? Okay, number 2. Which author has sold the most fiction books? The most fiction books. There's a few likely contenders there, isn't there? Righto, let's move on. We get my cursor back on the right screen now. There we go. Okay, how many watts in a megawatt is question number 3 from round 6. I forget even what the round is called now. Is it potluck? I think it is, isn't it? Oh, nice work there, Sam. Getting all the family in and all the other hangers on. And yes, good evening to you, Steve. Nice to have you along, mate. Nice to have you along. Righto, that's number 4. Who was my husband from 1958 to 1996? Righto. Shall we move on? Number 5. Who wrote the 16th century biographies and as a result is considered one of the true founders of the discipline of art history? Oh boy. Now this is another one of those Facebook clues that if we'd been playing this when it actually came out, which is at middle of August, you might have actually had a bit of a heads up on this one. So unless you know your art history, you're really going to struggle for that one. Yeah. I think we just move on for that. Just give yourself a point, I reckon. I would. Would you find your lunate, your mate, and your capitate bones in your hand, neck, or shoulder? Your lunate, your hamate, and capitate bones in your hand, neck, or shoulder. Not quite sure what beach volleyball has to do with that. Yeah, looks like they're playing in Croatia. Did you see that Tom Walsh doing this shot put in Croatia earlier in the week? And it was like in the middle of, like on a grass verge in the middle of the motorway. That was good use of a piece of land that would probably never ever be used for anything else. Anyhow, number 7. What is a neutered bull called? Oh, poor wee fella. Looks like he's just had it done, doesn't it? Either that or he's just seen the farmer coming out with a big knife. Ooh. Zoinks! Righto, number 8. Name any of the 6 naturally occurring noble gases. Give you a clue, they are all grouped together on the periodic table. We just need one of the 6. It could possibly be one of the tougher questions of the night. Don't know who that fella is. Alright, number 9. Who had the face that launched 1,000 ships according to Greek mythology? Ah, yes, indeed. I don't think they mean that, she whacked her face across the bow of the boat to launch it like a bottle of champagne. It's a little bit more poetic than that. You've probably heard the name. I'm sure you have. They had good photography back in those days, didn't they? Look at that. Right, number 10. If you were born on August the 1st, would your star sign be Leo, Cancer, or Sagittarius? If you're born on August the 1st, you had a birthday pretty recently. I'm not quite sure what she's got to do with it. Alright, let's move on to the ponderous puzzle. If you still need it by clue number 6, you'll get 4 points for it if you get it right. I have long been preyed upon by man, particularly for my fur and to make ceremonial robes. I lend my name to a computer programming language. In Disney's Tarzan, I am the villain Sabor. My fur is marked with rosettes. The clouded variety is one of the smallest members of my family. Alright, on the count of 3, I want all the men in the households to practice to give their best Tarzan call. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Alright, how many of you actually did it? Come on, wives, send me a message. Send me a message, tell me who did it. Yeah. Alright, we're coming up to the answers of round number, whatever we're up to. Round number 5, I think we are. Or number 6. Round 6. Here we go. Here it is, round 6. Potluck, the answers. Who is telling this funny tale? Well, you heard the audio clip there. Who was it? Oh, it was Ronnie Reagan! Yes, old Ronald. Didn't realise he was a jester. Oh, there we go. We've had one person do a Tarzan call. Had that message come in. Well done. Righto. Number 2. Which author has sold the most fiction books? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Stephen King? Is it going to be Agatha Christie? Is it going to be J.K. Rowling? Or is it going to be someone different? It's Agatha Christie. There she is. Miss Marple. Poirot. Who else did he have? There was a few, wasn't there? Righto. Number 3. How many watts in a megawatt? It's got to be 1 million. 1 million watts. Alright, number 4. Who was Winnie Mandela's husband from 1958 to 1996? Well, there you go. You can get that. Mandela. It's got to be Nelson. There he is. Look at the throw on her. Wow. Number 5. This is a gimme. Just mark yourself that one right. Whatever you put. Giorgio Vasari. Giorgio Vasari. Okay. The lunate, the hamate, or the capitate, bones are in your hand, neck, or shoulder. Or capitate, if you get decapitated, you get your head taken off, and that would be through the neck. So that would be my guess, but I don't really know. Let's have a look. It's in your hand. Crikey. I'm giving myself a cross for that one. Whereabouts in your hand? Oh, it's right there, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Alright. What is a neutered ball called? It's got to be a bullock or a steer. Boy, he's a big boy. Crikey. That is a big boy. Santa Gertrudis. Name any of the 6 naturally occurring noble gases. Or on the right hand side, argon, helium, krypton, neon, radon, or xenon. Or xeon. Who had the face that launched 1,000 ships according to Greek mythology? And of course, is Helen of Troy. It's not, like I said, it's not because her face was smashed against the thing. It was all to do with someone said that someone was caught mucking around with her or something, and then the guy said, right, we're going to go to war with that place. Launch the boats. And 1,000 boats went off. It's something to do with the Greeks or something like that. If you're born on August the 1st, you'd be a Leo, a Cancer, or a Sagittarius. You'd be a Leo, of course. Don't know what the relevance of her is, but... Rightio. Number 7, Bob's your uncle. Indeed he is. No, he's not. Keith Chapman is best remembered for creating which children's television character in 1998? Remember Bob. That's your clue. Bob. Hello, Bob. Rightio. Which Kiwi has written these 2 books? Full Circle and Og. But it's a Bob. It's got something to do with Bob. This book, like its author, is outrageous, so says Tom Scott of Full Circle, a modern morality tale. It's got a racehorse on it. Alright, number 3. In which position did Bob Scott play 17 tests for the All Blacks between 1946 and 1954? Hey, it's a rugby question. I've snuck a rugby question into a round which is not sport and games. Bob Scott. I know there's a few guys from the rugby club playing along tonight. Pakuranga Rugby. Welcome in, boys. Welcome in. I expect you all to get that one right. Alright, number 4. Who was portrayed here by Eric Richard? Hello, me old mate. You're Nick, son. Righto, number 5. Who wrote the classic country song Me and Bobby McGee? Me and Bobby McGee. I think I played that on the radio this morning. Or maybe it was yesterday. Righto, number 6. I was finally removed as Australian Prime Minister in which decade? Aussie Prime Minister. Bit of a ledge. liked a few beers, did that fella? By all accounts. Right, number 7. Who is Jay's best friend? Have a close look at the picture. Who are the two dudes in there? Alright, we're moving on to number 8. There we go. Which actor starred in all of these films? Yes. Yes. The Long Good Friday. Haven't seen that one. Seen the other two, though. And we've got 8 rounds to get through, and at the end of it we've got an extra question just for fun in case you've got a tiebreaker at home. Right, who is toasting the success of his role as a shady lawyer here? So who's that guy? Plays the part of a shady lawyer. So I'm guessing we're wanting the actor's name. It's a bit of a tough one. I don't know that one. Right, number 10 of round number 7, our penultimate round. Is Robert Zimmerman better known as Bob Dylan, Bob Marley, or Bob Seger? That one, Andrew. You got this one. Bob Dylan, Bob Marley, or Bob Seger? Robert Zimmerman. Yeah, let's have another look at the ponderous. Here it comes. One of the 5 big cats. I have the largest distribution of any wild cat. A black version of me is called a panther, which makes sense as my Latin classification is Panthera. Pound for pound, I am the strongest climber of the cat family. There you go. If you reckon you got it in this round, you'll just get the 2 points for it. I'm sure there's probably going to be a few. Oh, it's a what's it called? The other clue said it had spots. Oh, what do they call it? Oh, come on. Yeah, there's probably a few of those moments going on around the countryside. It looks like we're going to run a little bit beyond 9:30. I apologise for that. That's all right. Okay, let's move on to the answers for round number 7. Bob's your uncle. Number 1, big red marker, pen out. Keith Chapman is best remembered for creating which children's television character in 1998? Can you fix it? Hell yeah, we can. Thanks, Bob. Bob the Builder. Right, number 2. Which Kiwi has written these books? It's Bob Jones. Loves a good punch up, does our Sir Bob. Which position did Bob Scott play 17 tests for the All Blacks between 1946 and 1954? I expect all you rugby boys to get this one right. He was a fullback. He was only a little fella, wasn't he? Hey, you could have almost said he was a halfback, but no, he's a fullback. Got some pins on him. Righto, who was portrayed here by Eric Richard? It's from The Bill, Sergeant Bob Cryer. Never watched The Bill. They had that funny walking scene at the end, when the credits were going. Fascinating, that scene. Right, number 5. Who wrote the classic country song Me and Bobby McGee? That'd be Chris Christopherson. Chris Christopherson. Bob Hawke, he was removed as Prime Minister in which decade? That would be the 1990s, replaced by Paul Keating. Or in that picture, he looks more like Pee Wee Herman, doesn't he, on the left there? Number 7, who is Jay's best friend? Well, it's got to be Jay and Silent Bob, played by Kevin Smith. There you go. Which actor starred in all of these films? Bob Hoskins. Yeah, Bob Hoskins. Played the part of Smee in Hook. Smee, it's Smee. Number 9, who was toasting the success of his role as a shady lawyer here. Yeah. It's a good one. Bob Odenkirk, who played Saul Goodman on Breaking Bad and the spin-off Better Call Saul. Well, there you go. I've never watched either of those programs. Everyone tells me they were amazingly good programs, but never watched it. Never watched The Sopranos either. Robert Zimmerman, better known as Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, or Bob Seger. It's Bob Dylan, of course. Always looks like such an unhappy chap, doesn't he? Right, last round, round number 8, sport and games. Here we go. How many yellow cards must a player receive in a football match before being sent off? I understand there was a few of those issued this morning in the Champions League or the European Cup or whatever they're playing at the moment. I have no idea what they're playing. Radar, what are they playing? I know they're kicking a ball around somewhere. It was on the news tonight. Everyone was excited because there was lots of action, lots of goals and stuff, but I've got no idea. Right. Number 2. What active NBA player is the all-time playoff scoring leader, managing around 2,000 more points than the man in second place, which is Michael Jordan? So, which current player is the all-time playoff scoring leader? And that sleeved arm probably gives it away there. Righto. Number 3. What was Muhammad Ali's name before he changed it in the 1960s? I understand that Evander Holyfield came back to have a, he's trying to re-spark his career at the age of 56 or something or other. And poor fella, he should have stayed at home, I reckon. He got his beans big time. So it was a bit of a shame when sports stars do that, They try to make a comeback and just destroy the legacy. Champions League. Thanks, Raider. Champions League. I think I said Champions League somewhere along those things. Champions League. Righto. Let's look at number 4. Caught in the paparazzi sights, here is a former number 1 ranked player in what sport? What sport did that person, was she ranked number 1 in? In which game would you be sitting on the 98 square, then throw a 5 and end up sliding back to the 78 square? What do you reckon? Only got 5 more questions to go. Oh, plus the bonus question at the end of it. So we're almost done. Let's have a look. Number 6. On July the 1st, 1993, I became the first person to do what? It's another one of those Facebook clues that we don't know, but you might actually know that one. That's within the realms of some people's knowledge. What did that fella do? July the 1st, 1993. 1993. That's a very good question, that. Right, let's have a look at number 7. What race is held at Churchill Downs almost always on the first Saturday in May? That horse has clearly just brushed its teeth and hasn't rinsed properly. It's got it all over its gob. doesn't look too happy. AT. I wonder if he's owned by Auckland Transport. Probably not. Right, number 8. If you press this app on your phone, what game are you about to play? Wow. I don't know that one. Excuse me, yawning away. I guess that's one of those games, well, one of those questions you either know or you don't know. So let's move on. Number 9. The All Blacks scored over 100 points in a match against which team at the 1999 Rugby World Cup? 1999 Rugby World Cup. I'm guessing it's not that team in the picture. As far as by that, one looks like the All Blacks lost, judging by the reactions in the photo. Scored over 100 points in a match against which team in the 99 Rugby World Cup? Alright. Here we go. Question number 10. The fastest ever T20 half century by a New Zealander against Sri Lanka in 2016 took how many balls, exactly half of which were dispatched for the maximum? 12, 14 or 16? Yeah, what do you reckon? Okie dokie. I'm sure you've got this now for the ponderous. If it took you this long, you get 1 point. Often confused with the cheetah and jaguar, I live in trees, which camouflage me because of my spots. My spots are circular in Eastern Africa, but square in Southern Africa. There you go. He's a big boy, isn't he? Right, let's look at the answers. There we go. Ponderous. The ponderous answer was leopard. Now, which round did you put leopard in? Go back, have a look. Have a look on your piece of paper. And see how many points you get. If you got it in round 1, if you wrote down leopard in round 1, you'll get 10 points for that. If you got it in round 2, give yourself 9 points. If you got it in round 3, it's 8 points. If you got it in round 4, it's down to 6 points. Okay. Now, round 5, if you took you that long to get it, you get 5 points. If you got it in round 6, it's 4 points. You got it in round 7, that's 2 points. And if you got it in round 8, that's just the 1 point. So figure out what round you got it in and give yourself those points. And yeah, a leopard. Okay, let's look at the answers for round 8. How many yellow cards must you receive in a football match before you're sent off? 2. And then the yellow becomes a red. Oh, he looks unhappy. Oh. Okay, number 2. Well, it's got to be, can only be LeBron James, can't it? There he is, playing for the Cavaliers, I think that is. Number 3, Muhammad Ali's name before he changed it in the 1960s. Cassius Clay. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., actually. Yes, Andrew, you were right with Marcellus. Good remembering for his middle name. Well done. Right, number 4. Caught the paparazzi sights here is Stacey Lewis, a former number 1 ranked player in what sport? It's got to be golf. From the LPGA. Number 5, in which game would you be sitting on the 98 square, then throw a 5 and end up sliding back to the 78 square? It's snakes and ladders, although in that picture, if you're on the, what are they asking? 98, going to a something or other. That would be, sorry, snakes and ladders is the answer to that one. On July the 1st, Russian cosmonaut Alexander A. Seberov became the first person to do what? Play a video game in space. Play a video game in space. Bear with me one moment, please. 1 moment, please. Oh, sorry about that. I've just had more of that wonderful cheesecake delivered to me and another cup of tea. I tell you, it's full table service here at home. Okay, where do we get to? Number 7. What race is held in Churchill Downs almost always on the first Saturday in May? That'll be the Kentucky Derby. Number 8. If you press this app on your phone, what are you about to play? You're about to play Cut the Rope. One of the highest paid apps of all times. Over 600 million downloads. Never heard of it. There you go. Right, number 9. The All Blacks scored over 100 points in a match against which team at the 99 Rugby World Cup? That would be Italy. 101-3. There he is, the big man, Jonah. What a superstar. And the final question for the round 8 Sport and Games. Fastest ever T20 century by a New Zealander against Sri Lanka in 2016. Took how many balls? Exactly half of which were dispatched for the maximum. By the maximum, they mean 6. Would it be 12, 14, or 16? It was 14. Hit 7 of those balls for 6. There we go. That's pretty rapid. Righto. Let's have a look. Tally up your scores. Let's see some scores in the comments section. I want to know how you guys have fared. Remember, no double up rounds. Each round is out of 10. Add them all up. Throw some scores up on here. Come on, Natasha at Mount Osteopaths. Smith Team Racing. Mr. Baker. Pokey. Boggs family. I know there's a million of you playing. Fathers, come on. I want to see... Oh, Grant. Yep, come on. Let's see some scores. See who gets to take home the crown. Oh. Okay, there we go. The first one coming in. Slightly cheaty. Somebody's done this before. Team Covidaby. Raiders chimed in on 60. So 87 to beat, although that's slightly cheating. Let's see who else we got. Oh, yep. 60 for Grant and the Radar clan. Yeah, the Boggs, get on. Come on. Pokey. Natasha, how'd you get on? Smith Family Racing. Alright, while we work that out, while I wait for it to come through. Oh, and the compliments as well. Boggsy, 71, thank you. Amazing quizmaster. Oh, I'm going to cut that out and pin it on the wall. Thank you, Sam. Bakes family affair 54. That's not too bad, Bakes. Well done, mate. Well done. All right, let's crack on to this one here. Oh, hang on. Where do we go? How many James Bond books were written by Ian Fleming? This is just a fun one. Thank you for the nice comments. You're welcome. Thank you, Grant. Thank you for playing along. Pokey, I think, hasn't quite got the right sport, but he just threw a triple 20. So there you go. So I guess that's a 60 for Pokey. Smith Team Racing, 67. Respectable scores coming in. Nice one, people. Natasha, how'd you get on? You still with us? Cheers, Bakes. Welcome, mate. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Grant. Smith Team Racing, are you on again next week? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Most likely not a new quiz. I've got week 2's quiz. So if you went here when we did that the first time round, I could do it again. But then you might end up with a slightly cheaty score of 87 if you've done it before. Not looking at anyone in particular. But if not, then yeah, we'll go. Oh, here we go. Natasha's from Mount Osteopaths. Oh, only 61. That's not bad. That's not bad. Steve's jumped in. 62. Awesome. Very good. Right. Those of you playing along at home, how many James Bond books were written by Ian Fleming? The answer is 14. There we go. 14. Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your scores and for joining in and all that sort of stuff and listening to my ramblings and slurping on my cups of tea and all that stuff. And yeah, I enjoyed myself too, Pokey. Mel says we came last. Okay, well, someone's got to be last, and well done, Mel, for participating. You get the wooden medal, I think that is. So yeah, no, awesome. We'll find out if we do it next week. I'll make it available on my social medias and stuff, and I'm sure word will get around. However you heard about it this week, you'll hear about it next week if it's available. Probably will. We'll probably do the second quiz again. So, yep, thanks everyone. It's been awesome having a bigger crowd, and yeah, I've had fun. I've had cheesecake. Yeah. So we'll see you in the soup, as Radar's mum would say. Until then, toodaloo.